Hey, okay. So this is day 3, and we are going to answer some questions because there's a lot of questions. So, okay, bookending your day. So now you all have a list of tasks that you're doing. So if you think about it, we have 15 days left. So in theory, there's 3 tasks in the morning, right? 3 small tasks. So you've got 45 tasks until the end of the year that you can get done. And again, these are like small 20 to 30-minute tasks. They're short. So when you are breaking down that list, the things that you want to get done before the end of the year, when you're breaking that down, limit yourself to 45 tasks. So, but don't overdo it. Don't say, oh, I'm going to do this and this is going to take long. I don't want you to take 2 hours a day to do one task. I know that you can say, well, I can do it. I've got time off, or I understand that. That's not the point. We're building habits. So I really want to hold to the discipline of the whole book ending the day. It is building the habits. So when you're picking out the 3 tasks, they are small tasks, no more than 30 minutes. It's kind of like speed cleaning your house, right? You just want to get through it because what happens is when you keep the time short, it doesn't allow you to overthink it. It's just about getting it done. Set a timer, 30 minutes, blow through it. Don't give yourself the time to get lost. If you feel like you are a procrastinator or, you feel like, oh, people are going to think I'm lazy, you're not. You're overwhelmed. So if you have a messy house, someone once told me, every piece of clutter is an unmade decision. You've entered into freeze mode, which it happens to all of us. I have those moments. And I know that all of a sudden my kitchen counter gets covered in mail and this or that, the other thing. It's clean. I always do my dishes every night, but I know that I have like this corner of the counter that just gets cluttered. And so every once in a while, I'm like, one of my tasks in the morning is like, I'm going to clear the counter. And another task of mine might be, I'm going to finish, I got a shredding pile for stuff. And so, when that builds up, I'm like, I'm going to finish the shredding today. Or one of my things might be, I'm going to, alphabetize my spice drawer. Whatever that is around the house is that. So in work, it might be, I know that is a bunch of emails I need to send out. So I'm like, I'm not going to sit down and email, a bunch of people at the same time. But what I can do is say, okay, I'm going to get out 5 emails today. So I'll pick 5 similar emails. And so the similar communication. So because I'm in that mindset and I'll just crank out those 5 emails if it's prospecting, or if it is follow up or something like that. So, just I pick even those things. And the reason is that you want to keep it small is like you're not being lazy, you're in overwhelm. And so when you want to do is just stop overthinking things. So the reason that these tasks are short is so that you just do them and you don't think about them too much. You get lost in overthinking because you're trying to make it perfect, because you're trying to get a thing done and done one time. And stop torturing yourself. Just do it. Just set the timer and say, okay, I am going to go through the house and gather all the clothes that I've got spread out throughout the house. Or you're in the office and you're like, I'm going to grab all of the papers in my office and sort them into general piles. 30 minutes. And if you don't finish that task in 30 minutes, you got it as far as it got in those 30 minutes, and then you can add it to the next day. 3 tasks, no more than 30 minutes each, and then get about your day. Now, if you accomplish a task and it frees you up to do something that is work related or something you really enjoy doing, that's fine. But it's not the task. That task has freed you up to do something else or to do the next step. It is habit hygiene. It is about building the discipline. It's about getting through routine tasks. It's about succeeding. One of the stories I share is when I was a teenager, and I don't know if I've already shared it in this series, but you can fast forward if you don't want to hear it again. So I used to go, there's two things. So I used to go as a teenager. My grandfather ran this wilderness foundation out in Oregon. And so he would take high risk kids, kids that were in foster care or they were in on their way to juvenile detention or they were hooligans, as my grandfather used to call them. And so the judges would say, hey, go do this program. And so he would take these high risk kids out into the woods and teach them to succeed. And so they learned different things. And it wasn't about them learning how to canoe. It wasn't about them learning how to climb a rock wall or to how to bicycle. It was about learning to succeed at something. Learning to succeed about something, anything. If you always feel like I never get anything done, I want you to start learning how to get things done, even the small things, and you can build from there. It's like working out. It's like a new muscle that you're building, and you're going to start small and you start building from there. And then all of a sudden, these things that take extra thought will become habits. Winning, completing, accomplishing is a habit. And I want you to start building that habit. Not for somebody else, not because someone else expects you to, but because that is about who you are and it becomes that. So one of the things that happened to me is I had a health bout and I stopped working out. I do Taekwondo and I stopped working out. I couldn't do it because of my health. And I started gaining weight and I was like, and just things cycled from there. As I gained weight, I didn't feel well. Other health issues happened. I battle kidney stones. That's my new thing. Those are fun. But what I knew, I needed to get back to a healthier weight and I needed to get more activity in my life. So one of my tasks was walking. So I got it in my head that I was going to walk 3 days a week. Come hell or high water, I was walking 3 days a week. And so that became one of my three tasks when I was bookending my day. The other one was I used to be very flexible and that, felt better for me. I used to dance when I was younger. And so I wanted to get that back. So on the other days when I wasn't walking, I was stretching and I would do 30 minutes of stretching. And at first, my body wasn't used to doing it. And I found all kinds of reasons not to do it. I didn't feel well. It was too early. It was whatever. I found the reasons to do it. So I started bookending my day. And so one of my tasks was a self task, which was either I was walking or I was stretching for myself. And then the other task would be work related, getting out emails, doing these videos, because those are challenges for me that I have a hard time doing. So they became part of my three intentions in the morning. Now, walking has become something that I now do. I get up in the morning and I enjoy if I can't walk in the mornings I'm supposed to walk, it's annoying. I want to walk. It's great for me to clear my head. I like to do it outside. The weather's cooler now, so it's great. But walking for me now is no longer part of my three intentions in the morning because it's already a part of what I do, right? So now my three intentions are other things that I find challenging. About the three intentions is about accomplishing something that you find challenging. That's the intention behind it. So again, keep it short, set a timer, don't overthink it. It's a challenge and get through it and learn to succeed and get it done. That's the bookending questions. I hope I answered that one. The other one is the tasking triage. There's a question around, but what if I have to do it, but I don't enjoy doing it, but only I can do it? Okay. Don't get too full of yourself. And what I mean by that, there are certain things that you like, I can do this because I'm the only one who does it right. Slow your roll and let's unpack that. What about that is only you can do it right? Because maybe you're right. I mean, there are certain things only you can do. And there are things that only you want to do. Like you want to do that. You want to go for the walk. No one else can walk for me. And it's something now it's something I love doing and only I can do it. So that is I have to do it. When my kids were smaller, there were certain things like only I wanted to give them the medication because I felt like I was the only one who would really understand it. And I also needed to know when they were taking that medication, and I kept that on my schedule. Luckily, my kids didn't need a lot of medication, but that was something that only I could do because I wanted to be the only one who did that. But I understood that, and I moved forward with that. Now, there's some other things that I felt only I could do, but someone else could do it. Maybe not as well as I did it, but someone else could do it. So I needed to learn how to delegate that. And then I worked with clients that they are certain things that they didn't want to do, and they were able to stack that together and into kind of a job description. And when they got to the point where they could hire somebody to do that, they already had a list of that something that that person can do. It could be around, you can pull it together. So it could be around social media, it could be around outreach, it could be around customer service, it could be bookkeeping, it could be those things that you don't like doing. And then you can kind of get somebody, you pull them together so you can get somebody else who can take those for you when you have the resources to do that, obviously. So that's why you want to really pull out the things that you can delegate and that you would love to delegate, and someone else can do a decent job at, if not a better job than you. So yes, be really honest about the tasking and really look, because the idea, what we're getting to, maybe if you know the goal is to build your joyful and happy life and the heart-driven life. And in order to do that, we really want to start building your days with intention so that you get up in the morning and you're like, I got to do this and I love that. I got to do this and I love that. And I got to do this and I love that. And I got to go meet with that person, which I love doing. And I need to go travel over here, which I love doing. I got to do this. Don't like it so much, but I feel better if I'm the one who does it. You want to build your days because, another side note, you want to have a joyful life. Now, joy is different than happy. Happy is a response, right? You can be happy because someone gives you some good news. You can be happy because for somebody else. You can be happy you won the lotto. So, you can be happy for a lot of different reasons. Joy is a vibration. Joy is visceral. You can have a joyful life and still have sad moments in it. You can have a happy life and have no joy in it either. Joy is something, and I was trying to explain it, and I will keep working on my explanation for it. And if you've got a good way of doing it, I'd love to hear it. But joy it's like it is visceral. It is something that's in your cells, that you are happy with your life, but you are also content. You are vibrating in joy. It is different. It is, you can say I am happy, but you really can't say I'm joy. You can say I'm joyful. You can say I am sad, but you wouldn't say I am grief, right? So there's the different emotions that we have. There's that kind of temporary reactionary emotions. And then there's this deeper kind of vibration of how you live your life. I want that to sink in. So as you are building your schedule, as you're looking at your tasks, as you're looking at the calendar blocking, as you're setting up your days, it is because you are building a joyful life. You are, the things that we're going to do, and we break it down into quarters. So the first 3 months, so Q1 of 2025, we are going to, there's going to be 3 goals. And the goals are, we're going to start working on aspirational visions down the road, but we are just kind of setting up the discipline right now. We're setting up the habits, habit hygiene. We're setting up the stacking and just the way of thinking about it so that when we start adding in the aspirationals and the forward moving goals, it's going to click into place and it's going to make sense. So bear with me and just kind of get through this routine. And I know I promised you I was going to go over calendar blocking. There's a video you can watch if you're really need to hear it. But what I'll do, I'll cover calendar blocking in tomorrow's video. I just really wanted to get this done today, and there's a couple of those key questions. So again, I need the questions. Let me know. Let me see. Let me know where I need to fill in the gap. And yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.